Good evening, everyone. I'm Tina Shaw.
And I'm Ben Singer. Thank you for joining us tonight. Our top story. It is day 11 of the Alex Murdaugh double murder trial. Prosecutors trying to prove that Alex Murdaugh killed his wife Maggie and son Paul in June of 2021.
And the defense is working to prove his innocence, calling witnesses to the stand who say Murdaugh is a good man. News 3's Andrew Davis is live in Colleton County with the details from the courtroom today. Andrew.
Well, I do have our legal expert, Joe McCullough, with me. We're going to talk more about an important decision by the judge. But first, the caretaker for Alex's mother did call him a good man today in court. All those prosecutors tried to claim that Alex's timetable from the night of the killings just wasn't true. Michelle Smith said Alex was only at the house 15 to 20 minutes the night of the killings, but his own father's funeral. Then he tried to tell her he was there for 30 to 40 minutes, which he told investigators. And then she says that Alex implied he could help her pay for her upcoming wedding, which he called expensive. She also said she saw Alex carrying what looked like a blue tarp into the house days after the funeral. And Joe, we talked about that blue tarp before. That's what investigators say had lots of gunshot residue on it. But really the big movement of the day was this morning when the judge came out and said that all the the financial crimes evidence could be admitted into court. You talked to me before. This is a big decision for prosecutors and maybe both sides, really.
Well, there are two big decisions. The first one this morning, the financial evidence. A procession of witnesses that will be permitted based on the judge's ruling that will begin tomorrow, I guess, or began actually just a moment ago. That evidence is supposedly being offered by the prosecution to prove motive, but it's tantamount to Bernie Madoff killing his wife in the hopes that nobody would ever discover his pyramid scheme. And I just don't know that that's going to wash with this jury. That ruling then followed this afternoon by the allowance of this blue jacket into evidence, even after the witness called by the prosecution, who scored a couple of zingers that don't help the defense, but the defense got her to say explicitly that she'd never seen that jacket before. That was not what he carried in. He brought in a blue tarp. SLED never tested the tarp, which they found stuck in a box in a closet. Yeah. They tested the jacket that's now going to be offered into evidence. No blood, no gunshot residue to my knowledge. Or actually, I think the jacket will have gunshot residue on but there's no connection to Alex Murdaugh. It was not found at his home. No. It was found at his father's home, who also was a hunter. But we don't know, there's no evidence to say who it belonged to. Yeah. So I think the jury at a point will begin to scratch their head about that ruling, about this financial motivation. The prosecution may be overreaching, but they're certainly setting up the long run or the long play for the defense, because if there's a conviction, there's significant appellate issues.
And I don't know if you can do this in 20 seconds or not, but you've also said this really sets up the defense for a possible appeal. Just quickly, how does that work?
Well, I mean, every legal ruling by the judge has to be scrutinized if there is an appeal. If there's a conviction, there will inevitably be an appeal. If this is a hung jury, no appeal, it's do-over time again. But these are significant rulings that I think will be strongly questioned by the defense in an appeal.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're only here for another 4 to 12 weeks. Is this right? We're going. So we're right here in Walterboro. Joe McCullough is out here. He's the USA law professor, also a lawyer up in Columbia on that. McCullough and Scalacci. I was very close. It's a long day. So we are live here in Walterboro. I'm Andrew Davis with Joe McCullough. Back to you.
All right, Andrew, thank you so much. And WSAV will be there throughout the trial with continuing coverage both on air and in our WSAV mobile app and online. You can watch the trial on our website, wsav.com/Murdaugh.